morning, I'm Arya Johnson.
Good morning, I'm Jalen Braxton.
We're going to be interviewing Miss Karen Cayce. What was your profession and what was it like when you first started compared to how it is today?
My profession when I first started was at Southwestern Bell, and I was a dispatcher. And it's a lot different from what it is today because we had a lot of benefits at that time, and we had retirement at that time, and now I understand they don't have either one of those anymore.
Why is Black History Month important to you, and how have you seen it shape your community over the years?
Well, it's important to me because when I grew up, there were certain places that I couldn't go because of the color of my skin. There are certain places I couldn't sit because of the color of my skin. And so our parents always made sure that we were safe. They always made sure that we didn't venture outside of the community because they knew it wasn't safe for us. And now you can go anywhere you want to go and not be afraid.
At what age did you give your life to Christ and what led you to that decision?
I was 12 years old when I joined church. And the decision, I think it was because it was expected of me in my family. And I grew up as an AME, and it was expected that's where I would be going to church for the rest of my life.
When you were our age, what did your relationship with Christ look like?
When I was your age, oh wow, it was good. We had youth YPD here at the church, and at that time we had camps, like Camp Horizon, and we would go to camps. And the boys stayed on one side of the hill and the girls stayed on the other side of the hill. And at night, when we would go to our cabins, the boys would stand on the hill and sing "Good Night, Sweetheart" to us.
What is one piece of advice that you would give a young person today who is trying to build their own relationship with Christ?
I would tell them to continue to come to church, continue to come to Sunday school, and listen to your teacher. And one thing about it, once the word is implanted in you, you won't stray too far from it. You will always come back to it. So long as you stay in church and stay working in church, that's important that you work in church and know the people and the people know you, then you'll always come to church. You'll want to come.
How long have you been a part of the St. Paul family, and what initially drew you here to make it your church home?
My great-grandparents were AMEs, so I grew up in the AME church. So I've been in the AME church all my life. And that would be 85 years.
After all these years, what is it that keeps you here at St. Paul?
I think what keeps me here is that I'm familiar with everything that goes on in the church. Even if there's a difference, we have pastors, but pastors come and go. And even if I don't care for the pastor, I still stay here because I know they're not going to be here too long. Somebody else will come. And I like the way that we serve God. So that's what keeps me here.
What is your absolute favorite memory of your time at this church?
At this church, my favorite moment is when I joined at 12 years old and when I got anointed, because we did baptize. But when I got anointed, that was my favorite time.
Thank you for joining us this morning and happy Black History Month.
Thank you for having me.